Simba, take it.
Before the fire, they were happy.
It was great. We didn't have no problem. That was a home to us.
These pictures were taken on the 21st floor of Grenfell Tower, where Helen Gebremeskel lived with her daughter Lulya and their dog Simba.
And we had a happy life. We were very happy. We didn't have no problem there.
It was amazing. It was home. Everyone there is so friendly, and I had my neighbours, my friends. My bedroom was really big. In the living room, it was huge. We had a huge sofa and a massive TV.
Lots of white.
White, all white.
It's my home. 20 years. It's not like 1 year. It's 20 years. It's my home.
On the 14th of June, both mother and daughter were in their flat. With the fire rising, they were repeatedly told to stay at home.
In the beginning, everyone was calm and everything, but in the end, everyone was crying. We was holding the dogs, and we knew something was going to happen.
There's a family there, there's a kid.
How many times were you told to stay in your flat and not go
So
down?
many times. So many times. So many times. That's why we stayed in.
When the fire reached their neighbour's window, they all decided to escape.
We stayed in until about 3 something. And it was really, really hard. It was very hard, and the fire was attacking us. That's when we managed to escape.
Walking down the stairs, how much could you see?
Nothing. You can't see nothing. We went downstairs, and we were stepping on dead people's body. It was very hard.
It was pitch black. You couldn't breathe. It was like you're holding your breath, but you're still breathing at the same time. You could feel the heat on your face. You're sweating. At one point, I tripped on an old man, and I fell on top of him. And I was still carrying my dog, and he was telling me to get off of him. So I was telling him I was sorry. So I carried on rolling down the stairs with my dog on my hand, and I could hear him crying.
With so much smoke, you can't breathe. You can't see nothing. So all of us were just running to save ourselves.
Helen was the first out. She'd led the way as she often took the stairs. But Lulya was still inside the burning tower.
Unfortunately, my daughter, she fell down on the 10th floor, which I didn't even know that she was on the 10th floor. I didn't know, because you can't see nothing and you can't hold hand, and you just have to keep on going.
Lulya was eventually rescued by firefighters, but her mother didn't know.
Did you know she was safe, or did you know?
No, I didn't know anything, whether she was alive, dead. I didn't know anything.
16 hours later, after frantic searches of hospitals, Helen found her daughter. And she was in hospital being treated for smoke inhalation and cyanide poisoning?
Yeah.
7 months on, home is a hotel. And Helen remains worried about her daughter's health.
My daughter used to be very healthy. You know, she never had problem, never. It's since the fire she had the breathing problem.
I used to love doing sports. I did swimming, running, football, and all that type of stuff. And now it's like I carry an asthma pump around wherever I go.
Their life now confined to a single hotel room, with just a photo to remember Simba, who died in the tower. Has life moved on since the day of the fire?
No.
How important is it that you and your daughter move out of a hotel?
I just can't wait to get out. I just want to get out from the hotel. We're still trapped.
Helen has been offered a permanent home by the council, but she's not moving in because there's a dispute about the right to buy. In the simplest terms, you just want to move into a home with the same conditions as you had at Grenfell before the fire?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Every time we speak to them, they will say to you something, and then the other time they will say to you different things. So you don't know where you're standing, you know. And they're not communicating with us really well. I am very, very disappointed, very disappointed.
But while lawyers argue about that issue, Helen just wants to leave the hotel and move into a temporary home.
For 7 months, no one has contacted me. No one has even offered me if I needed like temporary accommodation. And I didn't get nothing, none of that. They're not there to help us, they're not.
In her hotel room, Helen keeps a vigil to the friends who didn't get out alive.
We lost all our friends, you know. A friend, I call them a family. My daughter, she always go to them and play with them. She doesn't have none of that.
How much do you miss the friends you lost?
You cannot imagine.
How can you not miss them? It's like your life is taken from you at the click of your fingers.
Without a home, do you feel you can move on and grieve properly?
No. I need to settle down, like feel home, like feel like I'm at home again. If I can't, then...
How important is any type of home just to be out the hotel?
Just to have a home is the most important thing anyone can have.
Helen's daughter Lulya speaking to Rags Martel, who is with me now. We'll talk about that interview in just a moment. But first, back in Kensington is the Labour MP for the borough, Emma Dent-Coad. Emma, a heartbreaking watch there. Why are families like Helen and Lulya in hotels 7 months on from that dreadful night?
Oh, I find it absolutely heartbreaking, like everybody does, and I'm completely bemused. The council said they've acquired 300 homes, but people look on the website where they have to bid for them. Heaven knows why they have to do that when people are in bits still. But when they bid for them, there are only 3 or 4 available. So I don't understand what's going on. I'm asking questions every day. I've got full-time caseworkers working with Helen and people like Helen, and we seem to be getting nowhere at all. You know, I think it's really time, and it's overdue for the government to step in and send in commissioners, people who actually know what they're doing, because with all the best will in the world, our current situation is not working for Helen and all those people like her.
Thank you very much for joining me. Rags is here, as I said. What response from the council tonight over Helen's accusations and her heartbreaking story?
That's right. The council's keen to point out that Helen has been offered and agreed a permanent home. The sticking has always been the right to buy clause, but Helen's been clear from the start, let's agree to disagree on that and let's just, in the meantime, find a temporary home. This is what the council told us this afternoon. We can't comment on individual cases, but a meeting with Mrs Gebremeskel on Thursday to discuss her case. We're doing everything we can to ensure everyone directly affected by the Grenfell tragedy has a permanent home as soon as possible, but getting any type of home is taking too long for so many people. And as we've seen tonight, Lulya is a schoolgirl. She's 13 and can't go on living in a hotel room. We'll keep an eye out what happens on Thursday and keep everyone updated.
Yeah, it might sound a glamorous way to live, but clearly when you speak to people like that, clearly it isn't. Rags Martel, thank you very much. Thank you.